Oliver Baete joins me on the phone from Munich. Thank you so much for speaking to us, sir. And I thought that you really encapsulated these earnings quite well when you said that in the past quarter, you've taken the hardest hit from natural disasters of any disaster in the last 2 decades. You've had a tough time.
Yeah, we had very high losses from NatCat this quarter, but let me reiterate, Maryam, we had very solid results in the first quarter, despite these challenges, because many companies can't even report a profit with these losses. That's what we're here for. We cover the claims of our clients, and we're very confident that our balance sheet and our numbers will go back to normal over the course of the year.
So you're expecting the environment to improve somewhat in the year ahead?
Yes, indeed. We always see more NatCat activity in the first quarter and sometimes in the third quarter. It tends to normalize over the course of the year. That gives us cause for comfort.
What's your outlook for the property and casualty unit for 2011 after the natural disasters that we've had over the past few months in the first quarter?
Yeah, we have publicly stated that we have a target of 96% combined ratio over the year now. So in order to make that target, we now need to see quarters with less than 96 combined, of course, and we've put a lot of measures into place for that to happen over the course of the year. Now, that's obviously before other NatCat activity. As you know, there's lots of things going on in the U.S. and in other places. So it really will depend on how NatCat activity will develop over the course of the year.
And that's precisely the problem, isn't it, for a company like yours? Because, costs from natural disasters seem to be rising. Certainly, we're already seeing it at the start of this year when you compare it to the last year. You mentioned the disaster that's going on in the U.S. I guess there's no guarantee that the environment is going to get any easier as the year progresses. How tough is it going to be potentially to meet your full-year target?
What we're doing, Maryam, is that we actually increase our budgets for NatCat. We've done so the last 2 years. We've increased it to 2.8% of the combined ratio, up from 2% just 2 years ago. So making sure that we're getting the forecast right and that we're getting it in terms of better pricing that we expect to also favorably develop for us over the course of the year.
Does that mean that higher prices will compensate for these losses?
They have to. Yeah, because the experience shows that we do not get enough premium in some markets for taking NatCat risk, and we are on the ball to make that happen.
Now, I have to ask you about acquisitions. Allianz has been holding back on this because of uncertainty regarding regulation for insurers here in Europe. When will you start to look at opportunities again, and what areas are you interested in?
We're always looking at them. We haven't seen any attractive assets coming, and we remain very conservative until the effects of Solvency II are absolutely clear. That will not be so until the end of this year. We expect by the end of 2011 to have more clarity on the final capital regime. A lot of things are still in the air, up in the air, so we remain cautious, and that will pay off.
And just on that issue of regulation, is that something you're worried about?
This is the most important one at this point in time. When an industry doesn't know what its capital position is going to be, we should rather be cautious. We believe our capital strength is a key asset. We're one of the few places around that still has a AA rating, stable outlook, and we have felt in the revenues, and I just want to make this point again, with 29.9 billion euros, this is the second strongest quarter we ever had in revenue, so it shows the client support we have. Capital remain a core criteria we will be worried about. A lot of people say we have excess capital building. We don't believe that.